Hello all! In the previous video, I have mentioned about technology which is required to successfully implement BIM. I would like to quickly discuss one of the available technologies, point cloud scan. You might be familiar with the Google Street View and the concept of the spherical images. You probably heard about the disto laser measure. Point cloud scanning is taking both technologies into another level. Point cloud scanner shooting a laser beam around itself and taking billions of distance measures. From point it is positioned and later it is taking the color image to make sure the scan looks realistic. Unfortunately, it is not as quick as in the sci-fi movies, where just some sort of drone is sent to scan the surroundings in seconds and then supercomputer is processing the data to create an image and recognize the danger. In real life, this is quite a mundane task to do. You have to carry quite large scanner on a tripod and move it from place to place. Then either the software combined or stitch the scans for you, or you have to spend some time to do it manually. Scanner itself is quite expensive, as it can cost over £50,000 or around £10,000 for the more basic and less precise one. Then you must pay for the calibration and for the software subscription. And of course, for someone's time to do the scan. If you are not doing many scans of the buildings, the more viable option will be to get this outsourced. But as we will talk about this later, why even bother? If you are a client, this should be a clear indication for you if the contractor is taking BIM seriously or not. Once the scan is ready, you can use it to create a model. This is where you might have an old or historic building. If you like, we can talk about this in detail in a future video. With the point cloud scan, you can also validate the building accuracy. There is now software which can do this for you in a bit of automated way. But I do prefer to check the building accuracy visually by overlaying the scan and a BIM model together. This is, as I found, a most effective and quickest way for me. I can imagine that in future the software will become so good that it will do it much quicker than anybody manually. Next improvement in point cloud scanning is use of the mobile robotic docks. These are now being advertised to the construction as a next big thing. Still quite expensive though. At around £100,000, you must have quite a case to explain the price tag. Fear not though, point cloud scanners were £250,000 or more just 10 years ago. These rob docks then can be programmed to go through the building at given intervals and stop in key areas, therefore freeing up the people from taking the scans manually. Combine this with the automated software for building validation and we have perfect tool for the customers to audit the contractor's work. In my opinion, this is still few years away, as I have mentioned earlier, but nonetheless, some customers recognize value in it and will implement. This would frighten some contractors, as they sometimes can take a more liberal approach to following the design. I hope you can see where this is all going. Government, as usual, failed in successful implementation of BIM, but competition and new technology will force the change in one way or another. When the customers will have a cheap and automated tool in comparison the building with the models, this will cause the hard time for contractors who are not doing BIM correctly. And why not? They also would like to get what they pay for. Although this is still very early, I am already seeing clients who are aware of the benefits, and from their perspective, it is just adding this as a contract requirement. Contractors then have to scan and check the progress themselves and provide sufficient evidence of the work at the end of the project. Okay, let's imagine that you have poor models and you start building exactly to them. Catastrophe. Then another option. You have great models, but you are not controlling the installations. Mayhem. That is why I am suggesting some practice now, because when the technology will be ready, you might not be. Please comment below, and if you would like to support us, please go to the description and follow the link to our website. All the best and see you later.